Hey, Will here. In 2013, a man was declared dead after 45 minutes of not having a heartbeat. But after all the doctors had given up hope on him, his heart started to beat again. The doctors then started trying to revive him again, and this time, he came back. We do not know how he came back or what made him come back, but we do know that this has happened before. Coming back from the dead after you have been given up on is known as the Lazarus phenomenon. This used to happen before modern day medical practices, which led to people getting buried alive. Then people started to develop a fear of getting buried alive, and that became known as taphophobia. George Washington had this fear, so he told his attendants by his deathbed to not bury him until at least 2 days after his death. There were even coffins invented. For the odd chance that you got buried alive, they had a bell connected to a string, so if you got buried alive, you could ring that bell. And then anybody in the vicinity would know they need to go grab that shovel. So this got me to thinking, will we, mankind, ever be able to bring somebody back from the dead? Well, to better understand this, we must first know what dead is. To be declared dead, you must not be breathing, not have a pulse, and not have a heartbeat. This is known as your clinical death, when you're pronounced dead. A few minutes later, your cells begin to break down, and then your biological death occurs. Once your biological death occurs, well, let's just say, if you were to get resuscitated, you may not be the same. Some of your cells may have broken down from a lack of oxygen, leading to brain damage. Fortunately, there may be a way to postpone this biological death. If you cool yourself just enough after you die, you can slow down the cellular processes, which then slows down the cell death. Which luckily, that'll give you more time to be resuscitated and come back to life. So far, this has only been tested in animals via suspended animation, which basically means that your blood gets replaced with a saline solution that cools down your body enough to where no cellular processes can occur. Then they get your heart pumping again, and the blood recirculates through your body, bringing you back to life. Of course, using this process has really blurred the line between dead and really dead. This led scientists to come up with the conclusion that you are not dead until you are warm and dead. So if that is the case, then how long can you go cold and dead? Well, for a cheap $200,000, you can get your whole body preserved, ready to be brought back at a later date with future technology. But if that's a little out of your end-of-life budget, then perhaps a cool $60,000 will get your brain preserved to be brought back and recreate your body with your own DNA. This practice, known as Cryonics, is far-fetched, but nonetheless still very possible. This raises the question, is it worth it, and will it actually work? Well, eventually, down the line of humanity, there's got to be future technology that will be able to revive those that decided to wait in the dark, cold, optimistic ice cube. Of course, bringing people back from the dead is all fun and good, but it does pose a very serious problem. If we brought everybody back from the dead, that would throw off the population, causing an unbalance. And what would you do first when you came back from being dead? Well, assuming you didn't leave any money behind for yourself, you're gonna have to get a job, which may be difficult considering your degree may not be accepted in this new world. You may also want to find your family, which will be a little difficult considering you don't know anything about them. And if you did come back to life, would you be considered a time traveler? Or would you just be considered somebody to be left on the streets because you can't fit into modern society? Coming back to life can mean two things. It can mean coming back after a near-death experience, or it can mean coming back to life after dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of years after your first death. As technology continues to advance, cheating death becomes ever more real. Life is like a road. It can go up, down, or take a turn. But eventually, you're going to reach a dead end. Whether you keep paving that dead end, make it go further, is up to you. So have fun. Go live your life as if it were your last. And as always, stay on.